Deciding the future of global trade, ag leaders are gathered at USDA's 95th Agricultural Outlook Forum. RFD TV's Sarah Mock is live in Arlington, Virginia. She joins us now with an update on USDA's recent acreage estimates. Sarah?
Well, thanks, Christina. We are here at that Ag Outlook Forum where we've just heard from the Secretary and other USDA officials looking ahead to 2019. We're lucky to be joined here by John Newton. He's the chief economist at the American Farm Bureau. John, give us your reaction first to the USDA acreage estimates that came out this morning.
You know, I think it came in line with where a lot of the analysts thought things would come on corn. 92 million acres of corn. We saw slightly higher cotton acres at just above 14 million acres. I was a little surprised at the soybean acreage number of 85. I think the trade was somewhere in the neighborhood of 82 to 86 million acres of soybeans planted in 2009. So today's USDA estimate was on the high end of where analysts thought soybean acres would come in this year.
Now, of course, we're watching closely that dairy market that's struggled for the last couple of years. Saw some highlights in the Farm Bill, but what did you think of the prices and estimates for production you heard coming out of the conference today?
Well, USDA indicated record production of milk in 2019. It was going to increase, as well as all the other livestock products. We're going to see record production of poultry, pork, and beef. But they did see slightly higher milk prices and U.S. milk production growth of slightly more than 1%. One of the good things about higher milk prices, in speaking with the chief economist of USDA, it provides an opportunity for dairy farmers to go out and use the new dairy risk management program, Dairy Revenue Protection. So higher milk prices should provide more insurance support for farmers across the country going forward into 2019.
And whether it's milk, grain, or meat, of course, ag exports is a key focus here today. Talk to us about what you heard on the export side. What's your reaction to the word from USDA?
Well, USDA came in and said exports in 2019 were going to be relatively flat compared to 2018. I think that's largely a function of other trading partners stepping up and buying more of our U.S. agricultural products. I think one of the surprising things, well, actually not so surprising, is that the share of U.S. exports going to China is projected to fall to 6%, largely a result of lower soybean exports, and that's down from 16% 2 years ago. So it's really interesting to see USDA keep exports unchanged, but also acknowledge the sharp decline in exports to China.
And I have to ask you, what's next from as an economist at Farm Bureau? What are you watching for in the next couple of months that maybe farmers should keep an eye on when they're planning for 2019 and beyond?
Well, I think across all the commodities that were covered today, we saw higher prices for corn, higher prices for wheat, higher prices for rice, higher prices for cattle, and higher prices for milk. I think the net effect of that is if we even see anything average or below average on the yield front, then we're looking at potentially higher farm income in 2019.
Some hopeful news there from John Newton. He is the chief economist at the American Farm Bureau, here giving us his reactions at USDA's 2019 Ag Outlook Forum. We'll have more updates for you tomorrow in Market Day Report and later on Rural Evening News from here in Washington.